Takes it a second to load. All right. This is Linda Harris, and I'm doing hoof evaluations today for Mandy. And Mandy, if you don't mind, would you kind of like to tell us your horse story and your hoof experiences and how you wound up learning about the anatomically correct trim and stuff like that? Would you mind doing that?
Not at all. So I own a 13-year-old thoroughbred whose name is Gus. I bought him a little over 3.5 years ago, and he was in very, very poor condition. He had just kind of sat out in a field and been wasting away for a couple years prior to when I got him. And his hooves had kind of been left to just run wild. And so when I bought him, he hadn't had a trim in probably at least 12 to 16, no, longer than that, maybe at least 3 to 4 months, if
Uh-huh.
not longer.
Okay.
And so I got him to Colorado. Um, I grew up in the hunter jumper world, so shoes were just kind of a thing. That was
Mm-hmm.
just when I got back into horses. I was like, this is just what you do. I wanted him to be a hunter jumper. And so had a farrier route that was like, he was very shortly trimmed when I right before I bought him, because I was like, you guys need to get his feet done. This is really bad. So
Mm-hmm.
the trimmer came out and trimmed him quite short. So he was very, very tender and sore when he arrived in Colorado. Had a farrier out that put shoes on him, and that all seemed fine. I started doing a lot of groundwork and stuff come like 6 months later as under saddle work. He was moving very hollow, really struggling in transitions. And as I kind of learned about biomechanics and started my journey of developing healthy movement in the body, healthy musculature, I was also forced to start learning about the health of the hooves. And I started really battling with my farrier about how long his toes were. And the farrier just kept saying, no, they're fine. No, they're fine. They're as far back as I can take them,
Mm-hmm.
yada, yada, yada. Paid for x-rays to show that, hey, you have a lot more room that you could go back. Was just not working.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, his caudal hoof at that point was also starting to kind of go sideways. His heels were
Mm-hmm.
becoming very underrun. His frog was really deteriorating. And so he said,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's try pads and frog support, see if that helps build things back up. And just as he was progressing in his body, I was continuing to really struggle with upward transitions. And so I found someone that was like, you know what? We're going to pull his shoes and see how things go. It has been a roller coaster of an adventure, the
Yeah.
barefoot journey. Lost all of his sole depth within the first month of being barefoot, wound up incredibly lame. Um, Started booting him, and the trimmer I was working with at the time was coming out every 6 weeks, trimming him to the hard sole plane. So he was
Mm-hmm.
just consistently after every trim being quite tender footed and sore. And she kept being like, I think it's the fact that he's on a pasture mix and you need to move him to a different facility. And I was like, I think it maybe is the style of trim. And he was also at that point becoming incredibly bull nosed behind. And the
Mm-hmm.
trimmer just kept saying, that's just his confirmation. It's just his confirmation. I
Oh my
can't do anything
goodness, yeah.
about it. I can't do anything about it. And so I went on the hunt for another trimmer who was like, yeah, bullnosing can be corrected. This is not a confirmation thing. This is a trim thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so started working with her. That was when I started to learn she was kind of showing me how to rasp myself between our appointments every 4 weeks. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was doing some weekly rasping of his toes, and we were able to correct that bullnosing within about 6 weeks. That went from being very bullnosed to having some good, like that disappearing.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
And then I kind of had, I don't know where, I think I started sharing kind of my hoof journey and all of this stuff on Instagram. And I had a few people reach out that were like, hey, you should look into this tact stuff. Because I was like, I'm learning. This has all been really cool to kind of see how this plays out. And so that was when I kind of jumped in and started watching a bunch of your videos. And it was like, this just all makes sense. Like my brain sees the foot, my brain sees the capsule. I'm listening to what the internal and seeing what the internal foot looks like and wire trimmer is taking the heels down. Like that
Mm-hmm.
just, this just makes sense. So I started leaving his heels alone. He started to make really great improvements and was moving the soundest he'd ever moved. But I felt a little like, okay, maybe I'm just an amateur owner. This is my first horse. I've now been doing his hooves by myself for probably 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should have a trimmer out just to make sure I'm not missing something. Like it just didn't feel like I had as much. I don't know. I just wanted someone to confirm that what I was doing was good because I didn't feel like I
Yeah. You
entirely knew
started
what I was
doubting
doing.
yourself.
Yeah, I kind of started going, okay, maybe I should just need to have someone out to check on my work. And so I had the lady who would help me with the bullnosing come out, and I just wanted her to check. And
Yeah.
and so we were talking, and I was like, I've been following this tact protocol. I've been leaving his heels a little bit longer. He's been doing really beautiful with that. And she was like, no, that's wrong. And she picked up her rasp and took them off. And
Uh-oh.
I just kind of sat there just aghast of like, what
Like you
just
didn't even ask her to do that, did you?
no, I was like, what just happened? And so she
Wow.
took his heels all the way down. She brought his toes. She was like, you need to be more aggressive with his toes. Brought him all the way through the white line on his fronts.
Jeez.
He walked away from that appointment incredibly lame. And that kind of set him up for like, again, we lost all sole depth again. And it was like, okay, this
Wow,
sucks.
poor
I spent
guy.
days crying. I was
Yeah, I don't blame you.
absolutely upset. He's always been a little bit pigeon-toed in his front left. That knee
Uh-huh.
will buckle if balance is off in that hoof.
Yeah.
And so tact totally resolved that, which was incredible. Of like, if I can keep that balanced and
Mm-hmm.
following the mapping, like he doesn't buckle. It's so cool. But yeah, so after that happened, it was quite the rehab process. He was
Oh,
in soft rides. He then was in thera rides, but just kind of working on rebuilding what was there.
yeah.
All of his other hooves are doing really great, but this front left one, since she did that, as I've been
Mm-hmm.
rehabbing it, his medial heel has kind of collapsed. And I don't really know how. That's just kind of where we're at today, is I
Is
don't
that
know how to fix
is that
that.
the one we're looking at now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's a medial heel or lateral?
Yeah, that's the so then I believe the one that's dipped down, right? I think that's the one
Here,
that's collapsing on the left side of this. No, the other
this
side
one?
is his medial heel.
Okay. Okay, let me turn
So
it
that
over.
frog, yeah, so that frog is like
Ah,
dipped down and touching the ground compared to the other one, which is almost like a slope. Like it's very, very strange, his frog, how one side is like bubbled down and the lateral side is like flat, like a slope.
yeah.
There's no like bubble to it.
See, see to me, because see how this side goes in,
Mm-hmm.
but this side comes out. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, it looks like well, both sides have a problem,
Okay.
you know, but this side, uh, just the way it's sucked in,
Okay.
kind of like that, and what's interesting too is how narrow this side is compared to this side being
Yeah.
wide,
Yeah.
you know. Uh, so your story is so common,
Yep.
it's a terrible thing. And people mean well,
Yep.
the gal that's doing the trim, uh, uh, these, you probably haven't heard all my historical research into this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's quite extensive as to why this falsehood, I call it false hoof, image has been put in people's heads when it comes to heels.
Yep.
And it's quite substantial, but of course we're not here to go into that. We're just going to talk about your horse and your experience, and we're going to look at his feet. And you have more pictures, don't you? Do you have a
Yeah.
picture of the whole horse?
Yes.
Could I get a picture or two of him? We'd like to see
Yeah,
him. And what's
yeah.
his name?
Gus.
What, Gus?
Yep.
Hi, Gus. Well, we're going to see if we can help Gus and help you understand more what's going on with this foot here. Definitely, this is all a result of trimming the heel buttresses out because it is only the heel buttresses that give the whole hoof capsule and the whole back of the foot stability. They're
Mm,
like the two main pillars upholding the whole shebang, so to
yeah.
speak. And so now uh he actually doesn't have any heel buttress. The buttress
Okay.
is pretty much trimmed down to the nubbin to nothing. And instead, he's got sidewall that has been made into heel. And of course, sidewall
Okay.
doesn't have any stability to it. And so that's really the main problem. So we're going to look at it and we're going to figure out how you can start growing. Here, let me do an annotate here just a second. So what you have to start growing is this piece right here. And you got to grow all
Okay.
this stuff here in. See how that this all this part of this hoof capsule has to get longer, and ultimately what it will do is um, when you leave the wall higher and start growing this, that's like your main thing right here is you're going to start growing this here,
Okay.
all of this.
Yeah.
And so when you start doing that, what happens is you want it to grow. You don't want it to buckle over
Yeah.
per se, but you want the wall to grow beyond the sole
Okay.
for sure. Because what happens is when these let me undo this here just a minute. When these heel buttresses that grow right here,
Mm-hmm.
okay, okay, they'd be like it'd be like this part right in here. Okay. When they get uh trimmed out, then your whole hoof capsule loses stability and it forces the back of this foot down where it
Okay.
shouldn't be. And so this this heel, what you got going here in this heel right here
Mm-hmm.
is now forcing the whole back of the foot down this way. Like
Okay.
it's under force and pressure being literally pulled down.
Okay.
Because the heel's being lowered and trimmed out, well, the heel grows from and is attached to that part of the foot.
Yeah.
So when the heel buttress is trimmed low, even a little bit, little bit, little bit over time, let alone a lot all at once, then it's forcing the back of that foot down into a place where it was never meant to be.
Okay.
And so what's got to happen is, let me undo this here, is when you wait, you what I mean by wait is you grow the hoof wall here higher than the sole so that the horse's weight is on the wall.
Okay.
Okay. And what that does is there's so much pressure in here in this foot wanting to pull back up this way. As it grows from here, instead of pushing down and out the bottom, it will start staying in the capsule up here at the top. See that?
Okay. Yeah.
Like that. And as it does so, it will allow the back of this foot to rise up like that, building
Okay.
capsule back into the foot.
Okay.
Okay. So this is really an important principle to understand. When you trim these heels low, every time they come, they trim it low, and it's gradually trimming these heel buttresses out and curling the real buttress around in like this.
Yeah.
And then the way it's trimmed, you're not really seeing what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it will really contract, like it looks like half of your foot is contracted and half of it isn't. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you something that's pretty interesting. Just a second here. Let me undo this. Start that. Got to go back to Facebook and find a picture because I'm not sure where I put that picture. Hold on. So the biggest thing that we do is understanding, not only coming to an understanding of the real foot. Here, I'm going to put this on here real quick.
Okay.
Just a second here. Because we're going to look at the back, how the makeup of the back of the foot. So in order to change everything that's going on, we have to really understand what happened. We have to understand what the real foot is supposed to be like. And then we have to also
Yeah.
understand what it is when with these trims that destroy these feet, say, and do this to them. And once we
Yeah.
get an understanding of this, I'm not kidding you, we can go look at a foot and we know exactly what that person did to that foot to make it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we start to understand also the process that we're going to have to go to restore that foot, because it's not just deforming the hoof capsule, it is affecting the whole back of the foot. Let me put this over here. It's affecting the whole back of this foot because the back half of this foot is all soft cartilage and fat and only maintains its shape and form by a correct heel buttress configuration that supports and upholds it and stabilizes it in one specific place. Like you can't just arbitrarily trim these heels down.
Yeah.
See, this buttress here is meant to hold up the back of this foot and hold and then grow onto the heel here where it stabilizes the whole thing, because your heels themselves, this part,
Hmm.
all cartilage and fat
Yep.
covered with skin. None of it is bone, none of it is solid. This whole thing is like a Rubik's cube,
Yeah.
you know. So we have to learn the exact configuration of the back of this foot and how that heel buttress and the whole back, how it's supposed to fit on there, and then learn to recognize when it's not, and then learn how to restore the hoof size of the hoof capsule, lift and release and lift up the back of the foot to its position. So you see, it's not just a matter, and you may know some of this because you've been with us for a while,
Yeah.
but I'm also explaining this to somebody who
Yep.
might be watching.
Yep.
Okay. So if I keep telling you stuff, sorry about that.
It's okay.
And so anyway, so I'm going to show you this really interesting photo. Just a second here. Let me oh. Now, are you still seeing that one picture by any
Yes.
chance? Okay.
Which one picture?
The one of the illustration of how the back of the foot should be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I needed to go to a different Facebook because I needed to uh look up a certain person's message so I could get a picture off of it. So hold on a second here. Let's see. Okay, where are you there, Berta? Let's see. Just a minute. I'll show you something interesting. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Share. Okay, so you see this foot?
Yes.
You see how rounded off the cartilages were?
Yes.
Okay, so when this foot got weighted down here,
Hmm.
gradually it added capsule into the foot. You see that there?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what'll happen.
Okay.
All right. But now I'm showing you this picture, right?
Hmm.
So this looks like an improvement. Okay. But what if I rearrange the pictures to be like that?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Because because a lot of people would say this horse has too much heel.
Yeah.
Definitely too much toe, but too much heel. You need to take that heel down and you need to take that toe back. And yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens then, you'll see they'll get a 30-degree hairline, the bulbs are on the ground, the
Yep.
cartilage is rounded. Do you see that?
Yep.
So it could be either way. And I kind of go like, if we took these two pictures and we didn't know which came first and which came second, we'd wonder, is the foot, if you think our way, to where horses need heel in here,
Yep.
see how he started to get real heel buttress finally.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
this foot needs to come clear up here,
Yeah.
really be lifted in the back.
Yep.
um but ultimately, if you think our way, then you would think, and you put this foot first and you said that this foot was being barefoot trimmed, then you'd think this was the after picture,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And then if you did it the other way, you say, yeah, this is when I was barefoot trimming my horse, and then I started doing tact and allowing the heels to grow.
Yep.
And this is, made improvement. My horse is more comfortable and all
Yep.
that. Because
Yep.
also in tact, we don't really hugely take the toes back.
Yeah.
Used to,
Yep.
okay, but I don't do that anymore because I found that a little bit of toe creates leverage on the back of the foot, and it makes that foot want to pull up this way. And
Yeah.
so as that growth is coming in, okay, it more easily stays in the capsule and starts adding capsule wall back
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Um, so, but here's the interesting thing, okay? This is the same foot, same day, just different sides.
Huh.
Ha!
Crazy.
How about that? Isn't that insane?
Yep.
See, I saw this and I thought, man, this would be a really good foot to explain this whole deal on.
Yep.
How the foot is like a Rubik's cube and you can have
Yep.
one heel totally different than the other.
Yep.
See? So that's kind of what you got going on. You have one heel totally different than the other,
Yeah.
is all. And but both heels need to be restored, of course. But I just thought this was a great example
That's
of
so cool.
that. Same foot, same day. I did have to doctor it up a little because the this side you could see a black dot right there.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so I've deceived you. But
That's crazy.
for a good reason, to
Yep.
show because I've also seen people do similar stuff when they're trying to prove that their trim is so great. Okay. Like
Yep.
like they'll even use a different foot than the one they have. Oh, this is what happened. Oh, no, it
Yeah.
wasn't. I can tell
Yep.
that's not the same foot. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, in fact, I just got this picture of this foot helping a gal with her horse, and I said, wow, this would be a really great example
Yeah.
of how each side of the foot is different. So, will the real foot please stand up?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, if we were to ask people, it'd be interesting just to go ask people, which one do you think is the best?
Yeah.
You know, of course, they might say neither one. This one, most barefooters would say this foot here, but you really need to take that toe back.
Yep. Yep.
See, because and it's interesting because it's the same foot,
Yep.
you know, it's just so interesting how it looks and stuff. But another thing that happens is when the heels are being trimmed out, it can make the toe look long.
Yeah.
See, like if
Yep.
we're to take this, let's take it and uh I wonder, we if we were to take, like I did this actually, where I took the one foot and superimposed it over the other, and you could really see how the back of the foot and the size of the foot had changed,
Yeah.
you know. So, okay, so let's go back to your horse now. And you have more. Did you send me a picture?
I did. I sent
Okay.
you a photo of him on both sides.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a look at that guy. Oh my goodness. Is he black as black or what?
He is. Yeah.
Oh my
He's a
goodness.
he's a black beauty.
I was going to say, just a second. I got to find the share button. Okay. Just a second. Oh, hold on 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I just had a phone call. I had to answer real quick there. Well, he is beautiful.
He's a beautiful boy. Yeah.
Wow.
We've worked very hard.
I mean, I don't even see horses that black very often,
Yeah.
you know? Look at him. He's just gorgeous.
I know I'll have to show
Oh,
you a
look, he
photo
is
of.
a black beauty.
He is a
He's
black
got
beauty.
the star and everything.
Yep. Yep.
Aw. Well, that's really wonderful. And so what do you got
And
on
now
him
I'll
right
show you that
now?
with
Right
what
here.
what do I have on him?
Oh, on his feet.
Oh, the scoop boot, there are rides up front.
Okay, just a minute. I'm going to take a picture of him and enlarge it here and reshare. So these are boots,
Yeah, they're
a
the
certain
scoop
kind
boot
of
Thera
boot.
rides. Yep.
Thera rides.
Yeah, they're scoop boots, therapeutic
Oh, awesome.
model
Okay.
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he lives in those. I've been slowly transitioning out of them. But he's very thin sole and we struggle to build. He's got good quality sole coming in finally, but
Mm-hmm.
it has been a struggle to gain sole on his horse. And so
Okay.
we're finally getting there. We finally have some good concavity happening. He looks ready to shed out a bunch of, I don't touch his sole ever.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's ready to have some good sole, like totally flake out,
Okay.
which will be awesome when that happens. But yeah, right now is very, I'm in protection mode of protecting what we're building. So he does about
Yeah.
24 hours in boots and then 24 hours out of boots.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's go look at his feet some more. And I can tell this horse has really big, strong cartilages that do not want to be pulled down. I mean, just
Yeah.
the fact that he has been all through all he has, and you
Mm,
still have this extension
yep.
here behind the foot.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. Well, now what kind of horse is he?
He's a thoroughbred.
Yeah, see, thoroughbreds are supposed to have really, really good, strong feet. It's not the breeding, it's the trim
Yep.
that's been being done on them for 250 years. Trimming
Yep.
the heels out. Uh, that is the problem. Well,
100%.
this is
Here, send you I'll send you some actual shots of his feet without any boots on
okay.
as well. That's helpful. Let me see. Side profile from the back. Do you want me to upload the ones from the back that I had posted in the group?
Sure. That'd be great.
Would that be
It's easier
helpful?
for me to use them in Messenger.
Okay.
Just a minute here. Okay. Let's take this picture of reshare.
But I also sent a couple of him when I first got him because
Wow,
he
he
was
was
a skinny,
wonderweight,
not
wasn't
very
he?
well cared for guy.
Yeah, poor guy.
Mm,
How
yeah,
tall is
very
he?
underweight, very skinny. He's on the cusp of 16'3".
Okay. See, he really wants to have good feet. I mean,
Does.
I just see so much potential here for him to have these
Yeah.
massive, big, good, strong, you know, workable, working feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all because of how they trim the heels, every bit
Yep.
of it.
Well,
Yeah,
and it's
and
been a
so,
struggle with him because of that pigeon toed of
mhm,
like his other feet. I have done so great being able to build good stuff. This
yeah,
left front is because his P1, I have x-rays of it.
Okay.
But
Can you
his
send that too?
yeah, let me see if I can find the hold please. Where did I recently?
And while you're looking for that, I'm gonna go look up some pictures to show you how I trimmed my horse into being toed in, pigeon toed.
Okay.
Yeah, because he didn't start out that way because I took pictures
Yep.
of before trim, during trim, after trim for
Yep.
a number of years. And then when he turned toed in, pigeon toed, I'm like, but see, I'm like, I know it's me. All right.
Yeah.
Um, and that's the way I have always been. It's something I'm doing, either I'm not following their directions correctly, but I
Mm-hmm.
was following their directions correctly, and I have it all documented for 18 years on YouTube.
Yeah. Yep.
So nobody can come along and say, well, she just wasn't doing it right. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, I was.
Yep.
In fact, I was doing it better than most because my horrible feet even managed to hold together, which a lot of horses don't hold together. And
Mm-hmm.
they wind up with what I call trimming induced mechanical laminitis because of the trim, because I trim
Yep.
my horses into that and then I grew them out of it.
Yep.
So, uh, been saying that for years and years and years that you can cause laminitis by the way you trim. Or they
Yep.
don't like it when you say that. Let's see.
Okay, so I just sent x-rays of that left front.
Okay.
And then I also included one of his right front. So you can kind of see where we have struggled with thin soles on this left front
Okay.
quite a bit more than the right front. He has
Okay.
gained about twice as much sole depth as he had after the trimmer was out and like hacked his feet real good.
Okay.
If that says something, there's not that much sole depth there.
Okay. Just a second here. I'm going to try and find us here. Okay. Where is it here? Let's see if this is. Ah, yes. I'm usually I look for these, can't find them. Okay. So first I'll show you this. Just a second. Share. See there?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was, oh, well, this isn't going to tell me the right time because, of course, I put these pictures in here at a different time. Well,
Yeah.
I put these in here clear back in 2020, but this
Yeah.
was way long time ago, probably 2009 or 10.
Wow.
Uh, so and I took these pictures off of YouTube
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah, because I didn't have a stall mat down.
Mm-hmm.
I just had this piece of old red carpet I put down, see. And also you see his soles are gray.
Yeah.
They're totally white now.
Wow.
Because and the hooves were black, they're striped now.
Huh.
Because when you barefoot trim and it reduces the size of that capsule, it's also affecting the pigmentation.
Wow.
So see how black they are?
Yep.
See, I'll show you some in a while, and you'll see they're striped. They're brown and cream. It got a big old white stripe down the center,
Wow.
and the soles are white. And so at this time, I was trimming the heels out of this horse and did not
Yep.
know it.
Yep.
And so, if I mean, people would look at that today, especially if you're barefoot trimming, and go, "Oh, wow, look at that! Oh, look there,
Yep.
frog contact."
Yep.
But see how the heels are pointing in that way?
Yep.
See, they're
Mm-hmm.
not supposed to. They're
No.
supposed to point back this way,
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
And so what's happening is the heels are curling in with every trim, the heel buttresses, and I'm gradually trimming them completely out of the foot.
Yep.
The capsule's getting smaller, the bulbs are being pulled down, the frog frame and the frog's being shoved forward, and it's bending right here. Like I don't know if you can really see that, but it actually bends.
Yeah.
The frog bends right there, and that is a common sign. But I'm getting everything that they're telling me you're supposed to be getting.
Yep. Yep.
See? And of course, this was still back when I was trimming the heels out. And
Yep.
this was at one stage when I was restoring them. This is a back foot. Okay, um, so one of your heels can be trimmed out quite a bit more substantially than the other.
Hmm.
Okay, so you see the difference in the size of the hoof
Yeah.
capsule here and the difference in the shape.
Yeah.
So let's go back this way again. But yeah, I trimmed him into being pigeon toed,
That's
just
cool.
like that. That was distressing.
Yep.
You know, there's another, the 2007.
Yeah. Crazy.
Okay, 11 2007. So I started trimming in 2006,
Hmm.
either 2005 or 2006. But then later I did not start that YouTube channel till 2007.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at this now, foot, I know I started before that.
Yep.
I'd have to look back, see when my mother came, because the last time, that's a long time ago. She lives in Phoenix,
Yeah.
which was 2005, I think.
Wow.
So that was around the time I started. So, but I never did a YouTube channel until 2007. And that was on a lark.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. You can have your own TV channel. Well, what should I put on there? I'll put my
Right?
dogs on there. Oh, well, I'm learning this. I'll put this on there.
Yep.
And so anyway, okay, we'll go back to your horse now. Um, just a second. Okay. Okay, so let me come out of here and find out where we're at here. Okay, we're right there. Now I gotta find your messenger again.
And these x-rays were
Okay,
taken at, I want to say like mid-September.
okay. So not that long
So,
ago.
no, so this is his right front.
Okay,
This is his better of the 2 feet. His
okay.
right his right front is great.
So, so you can see he's got a bit of a ski tip here,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you know. Um, and all that is coming from the back of the foot.
Okay.
Because what happens is all this anatomy gets shoved forward. Now
Yep.
he's not pushed forward real hard or anything like that. Like there isn't a huge bump here. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they're really because his cartilages just won't compress.
Yeah.
You know, they still stay out like this to where if they rounded off and came like that,
Yeah.
then all that anatomy digital cushion would be pushed up into this coffin joint.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's going to push it forward.
Yeah.
Well, there's nowhere for this to go when it's pushed forward except to rotate this so then it starts pressing down against the sole,
Okay. Yeah.
which
That
which
makes
it's not
sense.
too because you see this shadow here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's actually supposed to be a little shadow like that around the whole edge of the foot because
Okay.
what that shows us how that sole ridge form fits the circumference of the coffin bone and of the inner foot. And I'm always struggling for a word to describe what it does. It's like it form fits it so that it holds it in such a position so that it never damages the edges or the sole corium or anything like that. It's like a totally self-grown protective rim around not only the bottom but the upper edges,
Huh.
you
Yeah.
know. And so it will make a shadow like this. I'm going to show you what I mean. So just hold on
Okay.
here. Look at that picture. I'm going to get an example of what I'm talking about. And so when you're looking at these x-rays, you always want to look at that shadow and
Yeah.
what's going on with that coffin bone. How the toe of the inner foot is being forced uh to press down on the sole.
Yeah.
And so then that's remodeling that coffin bone.
Yep.
Um, and of course yours is still well connected and stuff, but sometimes you see even more disconnection, more
Yeah.
space and stuff like that, more flatness and more ski tips. Sometimes it like in well, ultimately, if it got really bad and your dorsal wall let loose,
Yeah.
you'd have laminitis,
Yep.
and they'd be telling you that it was something you fed your horse.
Yep. But it
Okay,
wouldn't be.
it wouldn't be, no. It'd be something that had been in the process of gradually developing over time, where
Yep.
the horse adapts and holds its foot together, adapts, and then finally the trim that broke the horse's foot happens, and the foot falls apart and can't
Yep.
adapt anymore.
Yep.
Let's see here. Okay, what was I gonna do? Oh, show you an X-ray. Just a second here. Oh, this is a really interesting X-ray. Um, let's see here. TV. Haha, found it. Okay, this is an X-ray of a wild horse foot.
Oh, wow.
See?
Yep.
Now look at the difference in the shape of this coffin bone.
Yep.
See, it has never had, it is literally the sole ridge goes right around here and forms this protective rim around the whole thing.
Yeah.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
And
Super
then you
cool.
can you can kind of see it here. This would have been sole corium here. This is
Yep.
that shadow right in here, would have been
Mm-hmm.
that shadow. And then this is the sole ridge that grows from it, which is a convex sole ridge. So
Yeah.
the horse actually grows a shoe, a convex shoe here. But right here is where then it gets right under the coffin bone here is where
Yeah.
then it gets concave. So it's like this.
Okay.
See?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see here. Where am I at? What am I doing? Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, you can see that the bottom of the toe is pressed down against the sole. See
Mm-hmm.
there?
Yep. And that's where you can see his P1
Yeah.
on one side is
Mm.
longer.
I got my dog here. She's having a fit because her dad's outside. Go on. She's crying, whining in there. I love dogs. Okay. Um, yeah, you can see. Well, and here's the thing. The imbalance is coming from why each heel is different. You
Okay.
know, one is more trimmed out than the other. And so you have two different heels on this horse.
Yeah. That's his
So
right front,
yeah, now which one was the worst one?
his left front. So
Yeah.
that's his right front.
Okay.
And that's
And
his
this
left front.
this one
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to look at a side view and then a sole shot. So this is the left front
Yep.
and this is the left front
Correct.
lateral.
Yes.
Okay. And this is the left. No,
That's the right
that's the
front.
right. Okay. So this is the left front lateral. And did you have a picture of the left front medial?
I don't have a picture of the left front medial.
Okay.
I don't even know how you would get that. How do you get that? Do you have to like lift the other foot up?
Kind of, yeah, or just have
at the
them
same
put their
time?
foot a little ways ahead and then
Okay.
kind of come in behind
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah, I've never tried to get medial views of.
Okay. Um, there we go. That's the left front. Okay, so we're going to
Correct.
take a picture of that. We're going to save image. Just a second. Okay. Um, save that and then we'll turn it around. Let's see. Share there. Then we'll turn it around and enlarge it and stuff. Okay, now what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to take a picture of it here. Just a second. Picture of it like so. And copy it. And then hold on, I'm going to put it in paint. We're going to even it out.
Okay.
So hold on a second. Okay, so then what I do is I will share this whole process here. I just got to find where everything's at. Let's see, share. We're going to go over here to paint. So I got this little program named Snagit where I can click on and just take a portion of a picture and
Huh.
then take a copy of that. And then I put it here in paint right here, like so. See?
Cool.
And then it'll take off the background.
Yep. That's super cool.
Sometimes it won't take up all the background. In that case, I'll go uh, over here in the corner where you can either take a square picture like so, or you can form whatever's formed. So I
Yeah.
get on that little doohickey there, and then I'll just follow this around and get that out of there.
Cool.
Now, what I'll do is I will take this snag it again, which is down here. Okay, I'm going to save that in my file. Let's see, which I got markups and readings here. Save that in my file, close that out. Then I'm going to come in here with my snag it again, and I'm going to take this picture. And now I'm going to copy it and I'm going to put it in another program. I'll show you here. Wish I had one program could do everything. I
Right. That
wish
would
they
make
would
life so much easier.
Yeah, I wish they would make paint so you could rotate it. You can only rotate it four different directions
Yeah.
instead of, like all the way, like a
Yep.
clock, however you want it. Now I will open Snagit Editor. Let's see, just a minute here. We'll share that with you right here, the Snagit Editor, and I'm going to open me a new one. Come here, you thing, you. New image. Right here. Okay, and I'm going to paste that in there. Now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to try and get the frog straight. See there?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And that way you can really kind of see
Yeah.
what's what's going on with the heels and how one side is narrower and kind of longer and one's kind
Mm-hmm.
of shorter looking.
Yep.
And and then I'll copy that and I go back to paint, okay? And I'm just going to start a new paint is what I'm going to do so there's no stuff left here. We'll just get everything out of there. And I'm going to, let's see, share again. Okay, and I'm going to paste in there. And then I'm going to just go ahead and remove background anyway, even though there's
Yep.
nothing there. Okay, so now we can really see something.
Yep.
We get you see, and then if we start mapping it, then we'll see even more.
Yep.
Because see, this is what happens to people. The foot starts taking on different shape on both sides, but you don't know it. And you're trimming, and a lot of times we'll trim out one heel more than the other without realizing it. And at the same time, all this is going on. If we're trimming out one heel more than the other, then that heel starts going forward like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then it pushes that side out
Okay.
like so. But we don't know what's happening. And so we're holding the foot in our hand like this, and we are looking at these heels as if they are right across from one another.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
Meanwhile, the foot is twisting, but we're
Yep.
holding it straight. We're forcing it. We're looking here.
Yep.
Okay. And so gradually, what happens is now, okay, so this is the left front. So I'm
Yes, that's a
trying to
lateral.
think. So this
Lateral
side,
side. Hmm.
which side is this?
Lateral.
Lateral. Here, let's
Yep.
mark that real quick. Hold on. Because so I don't get confused and misinterpret what I'm looking at here.
Yep.
Just a second here. Um, oh, let's just do that. Okay, so lateral. Let's see. Ah, need it bigger. Lateral and medial. Okay, that way we won't get confused
Yep.
too much anyway. Okay, so now we need to bring in the back of the foot. Okay, so we're going to leave this here. I'm going to take and move it over just a second here. And we're going to go get the back of the foot and look at the back of the foot and compare what's going on in the back of the foot to what we're seeing in the bottom of the foot here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, um, let's see, save. I will save you. Okay. Close. And we go back to just a second here. So then we go back to our pictures right here. And now we're going to find a rear picture. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to see, I got this deal. Can you see this, what I'm doing here?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm going to save that image just so I
Okay.
have it in my file.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to let it pop up, which it pops up right here
Okay.
in Windows Photo Viewer, which I just love this program. Then I can enlarge it or reduce it, see,
Yeah.
like that. Okay, so I'm going to take about like so, and I got this program down here called Snipping Tool,
Yep.
and I'm going to take this like this, a snip, copy it. I don't need to save that though. And then we're going to go back to Paint, wherever it's at. Here it is. Share. Um, okay, just a second here. It's it's giving me difficulty. How come you're doing that to me? I don't understand what's going on. Just oh, there you are. You were right there. Okay, now share. Where are you? Share. Okay, so now we're back here.
Yes.
And so let me move some stuff around here. That's just over here a little bit more. This over here a little bit more. We're going to move you over here, and then we're going to put you right here, and we are going to take off the background. Hey, how about that?
Okay, fancy.
Hey, okay. So, but in this case, okay, which side? This is the left, so this is the
Yep.
medial,
Medial. Mm-hmm.
okay, and this is the lateral,
Yes.
okay. So now I just got to decide. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense because look how wide this side is.
Yes.
Okay. It gets a little confusing. Like if we were to then turn this over,
Yeah.
it would be right because that would be as if we flipped this up. So I'm just going to turn this over instead.
Okay.
Okay, so dum dum dum. So then I come in here to flip. Oh, that ain't quite what I wanted. Let's go back. Flip. Let me start over. I'm getting confused. Hold on. Let me put it back. Paste it in. There. Okay. Now, come over here. And now I'm going to flip it around. Let's see. Rotate 180. Okay. And maybe we'll enlarge it a little bit too. Resize. Maybe 120. A little bit more. Okay. Now we can analyze
Yeah.
and stuff. Because if I was to keep pulling this foot towards me and flip it over, this is what I'd have right here.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So now we are going to map this foot and let's see here. Okay. So what's interesting here is look at the difference in the bulbs.
Yes. Yeah.
See?
Yep.
So we're going to map this foot. We're going to come right across about where the true apex would be, right about here.
Yep.
And now we're really starting to see different asymmetries,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So this heel is back further and it's also been contracted more.
Yep.
Uh, and this heel, I believe, more was trimmed out. And so it's what happens is uh, there's less stability. And so as the sidewall, because you have sidewall instead of real heel buttress here,
Mm-hmm.
as the sidewall uh, becomes more the heel, then there's no stability. And so the heel pushes forward.
Okay.
See, and what's it do? It pushes the wall out,
Yep.
is what happens. Okay, well let's do the frog now, which the frog is pretty good, not real distorted. Um, as so that's about there. That's about there. Now let's do the bars, which I'll do in a different color. We'll come over here, up against the heel here.
Okay.
And yeah, this heel over here is really contracted. Look at the hook
Yep.
right there
Yep.
and how the bar is bent. So
Yep.
you have that's all that's going on. You have one heel that responded by being more trimmed out and pushing forward, and one heel that contracted in.
Yeah.
So now what to do?
Yes. That's where I have been stuck for
Okay.
a few months of like,
Oh,
what on earth do I need to do with this foot to fix
yeah.
it?
Let me take a picture of this. Just a second. Okay, so I take a picture of this and I will send it to you. Okay?
Okay.
So you have it to look at.
Yep.
And I will save it in my file. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to go to your messenger and send you a picture.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we need to start getting these heels so they're the same
Yeah.
and grow them in the same. Um, Two big keys to this are, first of all, growing in that heel and growing in the one and starting to correct the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And then making sure that you're trimming your frog and your bars correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Because the frog, one, with the back of the foot, the frog area is still pulled down and under. The
Mm-hmm.
frog will bind the foot. Now, is there any way that you can get moisture to these feet?
I can attempt.
Oh,
Yes,
what did you say?
I can attempt.
Okay. Um, because the more moisture you can get, the better your off are too
Okay.
and stuff. Because that helps stuff move. And
Okay.
another thing is, have you thought about buying a Proxon? Have you seen us how we use these Proxons with the little flap disc sanders?
The no, I have not.
Okay.
I have seen them, but is it like a Dremel or is it like a disc?
It it's a small long neck angle grinder,
Okay.
variable speed, and it has little sanding disc called a flap disc.
Okay.
And because it's important too that you just lightly burnish and clean up these soles.
Okay.
Because doing that, the sole tubules are like fiber optics. And
Mm-hmm.
so when they get lightly burnished and stimulated, then they get the message, ah, you're being worn, grow.
Yeah. Okay.
See? And so that will help. Plus, it'll help you with your frog trimming
Okay.
and stuff. So okay, so let's go look at your feet again here. I want to look through the pictures again, and then we'll come up with the initial plan of what you're going to start to do, and also do a markup on the side of the foot to show where you're going.
Okay.
So let's see here. Okay, now I got to find, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to remove this mapping. Okay, we're going to look at this. Okay, so yeah, a proxon. In fact, I'll show it to you here too. Okay, so
Okay.
for right now, what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to allow the heels to this part of the heel back here to grow from
Okay.
here to here.
Okay.
Let me mark that. So it'd be here's where your bars are ending right here.
Yep.
Okay, so just a minute here. Need to get a thing. Okay, so this area right straight across here. Okay. Now
Okay.
you don't want the bar to be necessarily grow as high as the sole for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, but this piece right in here, this is what you're growing and what you want to wait. Just a minute, I
Okay.
don't like that. So it would be just a minute. This area here.
Okay.
Now at some point might have you just rasp over, in fact, probably rather soon. Just a minute here. Let me undo this. Okay, you see this hook?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, what we might have you do is just take this part off. Straight with the rasp, where you put the rasp is right in here.
Okay.
So you would just take this much off.
Okay. So just that little hook part,
Yeah, you're not wanting
rasp it off.
to bevel it like this or anything like that. You're
Yeah.
just wanting to remove the hook
Okay.
itself,
Okay.
and that'll help the heel start to widen out.
Okay.
And I've done it numerous times. Has
Okay.
absolutely no effect on how the horse feels, other than it allows his heel to be pushed out more and come unhooked like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so what you want to keep doing is cleaning up this whole area here, making sure your frog apex is always back,
Yep.
and cleaning up your frog in here, keeping that clean,
Yep.
which you're doing pretty good.
I ordered
Okay.
some new knives to try. The knives that I have just don't get down in there very well.
Yeah.
So I've I've got some new ones coming that should be here by Monday.
Okay. And you want to make sure you define this area in here.
Okay.
Okay, like this side's pretty good over here,
Okay.
but because this side's wonky. And
Yeah.
well, see, when that heel gets pushed forward, it also pulls the bar over that way.
Yeah.
And so it makes the bar hard to trim. And
Yep.
then when you do trim it over, you're going to find that your heel is kind of concave and hollowish
Yeah.
on that side. Like usually what'll happen is this side will be have pretty thick sole
Mm-hmm.
in it right here, and this side is almost concave
Yeah.
sometimes. And
Yeah.
so you don't want this bar merging over your sole here.
Mm-hmm.
So you purposely have to make it come over anyway, even if the sole is a little hollow right there.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just take a picture of that. You'll understand it, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Uh, and I will go here. Doop doo doop doo doo. Where am I? I will send that to you.
Okay.
This thing is being funky on me. Huh. Why is that? Maybe write something. Huh. Well, let me close this out just a second. Well, you stupid thing.
I can
Like
just
I,
take a screenshot of it too.
oh, okay, would
That's
you
easy.
just do
Yeah.
that? Because
Yep.
for some reason, when I'm trying to copy paste it, it comes up and then it boom disappears.
Hmm.
It's never done that before. Why are you
Yeah,
doing
no.
that, you stupid thing?
I just took a screenshot of it.
Oh, well, okay. Okay, I want to look at the side view
Okay.
now. So one heel you're trying to get wider. You're still trying to grow both of them in,
Okay.
all right, to lift up the back of the foot and expand it. But the the medial, yeah, no, which is right, lateral medial. The one heel, let me go back there. You understand why it gets kind of confusing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the lateral heel. See, usually what happens is the feet are the opposite.
Yeah.
It's more common for a lateral heel to be run forward and for a medial heel to be more upright and contracted.
Yeah.
That's just kind of a given, but once in a while, you find it the exact opposite
Yep.
here. And so you're going to want to measure your heels every single time.
Yep.
And uh, and you're going to have to learn the difference between uh like you could have the same height, length, heel,
Yeah.
okay, from the hairline to
Yep.
the end of the heel buttress, but it could be all periopal or mostly periopal and bulb and very little actual heel buttress.
Okay.
Because what happens is these feet still want to pull up and they will. And as they do, even though the heel buttress wall itself is short, the foot will pull up and the periopal bulb will get wider.
Okay.
So you could just have a little bit of actual heel buttress, but a lot of distorted fat bulb skin.
Yeah, because I've been measuring my heel height when I trim from the hairline.
Aha. So you gotta that's good, but you still gotta watch that because you're actually needing that heel really to grow in from the collateral groove.
Okay.
See, you're wanting more buttress
Okay.
and stuff. And this has happened to people before where uh something started happening where they wound up getting more bulb, but it was still 2 inches, okay, but it was the wrong kind of 2 inches.
Yeah.
Um, let me see here. Uh, hold on. Let me. Hmm, maybe that's the reason. Maybe I had that annotation on, and that's why I couldn't send that. Oh no, still not working. Who knows? Okay. Let me go here. Screen share. Just a second here. We'll go up here. Hold on, I want to get rid of these messengers before I share. Get their names off of there. Okay, share. All right, so go back to you and to photos. Let's see. All right, I'm in the right spot. Okay, so this is your lateral.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of that. Wait for that to come up here, and we're gonna collect that and go over there to our page as well. So just a second here. And another thing that'll happen when heel gets added, your
Yeah.
pasterns will get straighter
Okay.
and stand up more.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when the heels are over trimmed and the back of the foot is low, well, it's pulling that pastern down.
Yeah.
Um, and I've noticed this. I was looking at this on cadaver feet yesterday that I thought out. I have some really good feet that have good heel, and I can make them stand right up. But on the feet where the heels have been trimmed out, you can't get the pastern to come up.
Hmm. Yep.
It loses. Well, you think about it. This part of the foot here has been totally pulled down,
Yeah.
you know. So, okay, so let's go to paint again. And we're going to move these over, or we might even reduce the size a little bit. Just a second. Now let's reduce, wait a minute, share there. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce the size of these a little bit so we can add. Okay, so um resize. Well, let's just go down to 75. And another thing that's good to do is look at these
I
pictures
also
in
just sent
different
one that's
sizes.
better. I just sent one that's maybe better lighting if that
Oh,
helps.
okay.
I noticed that one that you have is dark.
Okay.
See
Well,
if that one is better.
I'll stick it here just for now. Let's see.
Okay.
Paste. And we'll take the background off. There we go. Okay.
I meant to send a lighter one, and when you went to save it, I said, whoops, I didn't send one of the lighter
Okay.
ones.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, much
I
better.
think that's a lot better to work with,
Oh,
hopefully.
yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But yeah, that
he's
one's
got
very
a
good.
lot of hoof capsule trimmed out of this foot.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, because he's just got his whole bulb sticking out the back,
Mm-hmm.
like open heeled shoes.
Yep.
That's what he's wearing. He's wearing an
Yep.
open heeled shoe, but all that periople frog is holding him in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to save that. And then let's see, change the size. Hold on. Okay. Just a second here. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Good. Yeah, that one is very dark.
Okay, now oh, there we are. Okay. Almost. Now go back to paint. We'll remove you and we'll put you.
But that's much
And
better.
oh yeah, that's a lot better. All right. Just a second here. Make that bigger. You know, you know that we're trying to work in 3D here,
Yep.
you know, and it's not only 3D and what we're looking at on the outside, but then you got the foot on the inside. It's like you and your foot in a shoe,
Yep.
and we're trying to determine what's going on in your foot with the shoe still on it, you
Yep.
know, and come to find out your shoe, you have a size 9 foot, but your shoe is a size 5.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we're trying to figure out how to enlarge your shoe so that your foot will fit in there without taking your shoe off.
Yep.
You know, what are we going to have to cut away? And we're going to have to extend the heel.
Yeah.
See? Okay. Here we go. Okay, so this is real interesting what's going on here with this capsule on this side. Um, Now, yeah, when you get a chance, try and get a medial picture
Okay.
because I guarantee it looks completely different.
Yep.
Okay, so this is we're gonna have to mark stuff again because I'm like medial. Because see, I got that medial right there.
Yep.
Okay, but that, so yeah. Let's see. Let's just put a little mark there. Now, this is how I one of the ways I learned um a lot about anatomy was studying all these different pictures,
Mhm.
my own and other people's and stuff like that. And then you start to notice patterns. That not having a life.
Yeah.
No, just joking here. Pretty close to the truth. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna put just a small M here, not as big. So we remember what we're doing. Medial, Eh, medial. I guess it's going over there. There we go. Come on, get over there. There we are. Lateral. Medial lateral. I think I'm going to replace these. Just a minute. They're too big. They're confusing me. Okay. Oh, I wish I'd have removed that first. Oh well. You understand why?
Yep.
Because I'd
Yep.
like to just have it, and stuff. So what I can do is I'll just take a big old picture of it here. And I'll get out of there. Just a minute. I gotta fix that. So what I do then is I just take a picture, copy of the whole thing from Paint.
Yep.
Okay. And then uh just let's see. Okay. And then we'll reduce it a second. Okay. And remove these. Oh, crud. That, I still did that wrong. I should have only taken those two.
That's
Well,
okay.
just a minute. Oh, well, okay. I can do that like this. I can. Just a second. Let's see. Let's do that. There we go.
Perfect.
Now we got a clean thing to start here. Okay, so I'm just kind of studying these for a minute here.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is the lateral side.
Yes.
Okay, put an L there. And we'll go ahead and do this again. Oops. Hmm. Okay. Lateral. See, this is still, for some reason, I keep wanting to see this side as the medial. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Um, but what we see on this side is that you see how he wants to have a straight hairline no matter
Yep.
what.
Yep.
See, um, he refuses to have it pulled down into that 30-degree thing
Yep.
because he's got very strong cartilages and
Okay.
probably a really strong digital cushion in there
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Um, and so you really have a lot of heel to grow in,
Okay.
a lot of sidewall and a lot of heel. Here, I'm going to show you here with the red. Okay, so oh, need more. Down here. Okay, so now this is wrapped around
Mm-hmm.
the side there. Now, right behind here is what you call the coronary band groove, where your
Okay.
coronary band is.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is supposed to go all the way back here and then just be a little bit of skin like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
See, but in reality, here, in reality, his would be at least out to here
Okay.
and go all this way. But he's got like it's his buttress has disappeared in here
Okay.
from
Yeah.
being trimmed out. Again, this is sidewall. It is not heel, not at all. Not heel
Okay.
buttress in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
And uh, so like ultimately his foot would be more like this,
Mm.
which makes sense when you look at the x-ray because
Yeah.
he's got such thin soles, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to have heel buttress to have sole unless you got totally contracted feet and the sole is just so condensed and just never exfoliating and all just building up in a small contracted foot.
Yeah.
See, which he doesn't have that. Um, so this would be more his true foot right here.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Um, so you want to take a screenshot of that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take one too. Let's see. Put into the file. You see why you can't just look at the sole.
Yeah.
And so they have everybody just looking at the sole, pretty much. I mean,
Mm.
not there are some people look at other stuff too, but if you just look at the sole can look the same and be getting smaller the whole time.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Okay, so say,
So I just really kind of need to let the foot grow, basically, of just
yeah, keep it mapped, trim like well, keep an eye on it, take pictures every 2 weeks, trim like every 4 weeks.
okay.
Um, uh, and what you're going to do, and another thing you want to do is wash the feet.
Okay.
Get him so he will let you wash your feet in a bucket of warm soapy water.
Okay.
And then take your pictures because you need to be able to see what the horn tubules are doing here.
Okay.
And let's see here. Let me undo this. Okay, so I want to show you more about this foot, about the capsule, what's really going on. So there is no heel buttress at all.
Mm-hmm.
This is all sidewall. And in reality, uh, this is going on. This is all bulb. right there.
Okay.
And your capsule just goes like this. There's a little bit of heel, and then it goes up like this. See,
Yeah.
this is your capsule. There's no heel buttress.
Okay.
Um, when you start, what you'll see when you start growing wall in, you see. Okay, let me go back here. You see this here?
Yeah.
See how that gets wider?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and remember I said it's supposed to go straight back like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all the wider your coronary band all the way around the back of the foot is supposed to be.
Hmm.
And so this always shows that you have heels trimmed out.
Okay.
And so this here is bulb, and it's supposed to be capsule.
Okay.
See that?
Yep.
And so, yeah, so you keep this part weighted, and you're watching this, let's see, lateral. You're watching this little thing here. You're wanting this to grow up to be at least an inch and a fourth beyond
Okay.
that. Just as also this size, you're wanting to grow this up. Let's just say you're wanting to grow this up here. Uh, what you'll see is see the bulb here
Mm-hmm.
down under.
Yep.
Okay, that will come up here.
Yeah.
See, that will come up here, and then you'll have a heel buttress. It'll look like it's right here. It'll be right here, but this will be all buttress.
Yeah.
See, and plus they'll widen up. It'll widen up a lot.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Your foot will widen up clear out to here.
Yeah.
Um, so let me undo this here. Okay, so I would take a picture of this.
Okay.
Okay. And so you know that when this gets less and less, that your wall here, instead of growing out from the coronary band and growing down and then growing beyond the sole down here, where it
Mm-hmm.
would naturally be trimmed off or worn off, instead it's going to start staying up here
Okay.
because you weight the wall so the horse has to stand on the rim of the wall on
Okay.
on this part of the wall. You
Okay.
want him standing on that, putting weight on it, because it's harder for that wall to grow down and push out than it is for the wall to then stay up here, because see, this whole foot is pulling up anyway because it's supposed to be up here,
Yeah.
and it's under a lot of pressure because there's a big fat cushion in there that only has a certain space to be in, and it's being compressed, and so the fat is pushing out and the cartilage is pushing up, and the skin and the tendon and everything is pushing that foot up,
Okay. Yeah.
wanting it to be in a bigger capsule. Just
Hmm.
like if your foot was crammed into a shoe 2, 3 sizes smaller, it's going to want to burst out.
Yeah.
And so we work with that. And, we learned about hoof wall jamming. Like you'll see it a lot of times in the pillars, you'll see horses where the wall or the quarters where the wall goes up like this.
Yeah.
Okay, because the wall is dovetailed. It grows from here and then it hooks to the lamina internally and slides down
Yeah.
and out the bottom. Um, and so that dovetailing, if you wait, grow the wall higher, and you allow it to be weighted by the horse, then that dovetailing will push the growth back up into the foot and start adding capsule like this. See?
Hmm. Yeah.
To where then this becomes hoof wall instead of bulb.
Yeah.
And then your bulb, your cartilage here will start raising up like so.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
Something like that. Okay, so yeah, so you want to do that on both sides. You want to trim this bar a little more, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
It's controlled growth and controlled release.
Okay.
And so you're just going to map the foot and keep it generally where it's at. You're going to have to wash the feet so we know exactly what's going on with these horn tubules. Like, are they like this
Yeah.
or are they like this?
Yeah.
See? Because if they're like that, then eventually we're going to want them to all kick back this way and stand up because the foot, it's been an error. Okay, so like this and gradually lower as it gets back here.
Yeah.
But it should be,
The same.
the heels should be, well, if we stood this up and made it straight, your heels are at least almost 2/3 the length of the dorsal wall once everything's said and done.
Okay.
Counting the
Yeah.
bulbs
Okay.
here. See?
Yep.
So is that helping you?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
gives
I
you,
think I've been measuring because I've been doing the heels wrong.
yeah.
So
It
that makes
it
sense because
happens to people.
I've been doing 2 inches from the hairline.
Yeah, yeah. That happens to a lot of people. Um, so yeah, so you just now start measuring here, and you want to get at like how long would you say that is? Maybe.
Well, so he's about 1.8 inches from the hairline. So that might be like a quarter of an inch.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna start measuring from the bottom of the collateral groove
Okay.
and try and get, you're going to be measuring an inch up this way. And then, like, I have this one video I did when I first started restoring heels. Don't ask me how I come up with that because I don't remember, but I know I was measuring both this and I was also looking at how much I was getting here,
Okay.
because you want to grow this whole
Yeah.
whole area here.
Yeah. Okay.
And that means everything might not fit together perfectly all the
Yep.
time.
Yep.
you know sometimes you're gonna have a little hook thing here in your bars, and you might even have uh you know things aren't gonna quite fit right in there, but the foot is not right to begin with, and
Yep.
so we just put up with not right as we're trying to go to a certain destination
Okay.
with this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else you can think of that you'd like to ask, or something else we could talk about here that you're wondering about, or
I don't think so. I think that that was great and very
okay,
enlightening and kind of exactly what the game plan I know that I need to do is.
okay, great, great. Well, thanks for letting me evaluate your horse's foot and put it on YouTube, because it's actually selfishness on my part because every time I learn more. you know
Well, no, it's one of those things where it's like this foot has just been one that I have struggled with, especially since that trim of like, how can I get
yeah,
it back to where it was before that happened? Like we were on such a great trajectory and
yeah,
then that happened and it's like gone wonky and I feel like I've always been really strong at maintaining something being good and building
hmm,
from something that's good, but building from something that's gone a little bit sideways and like course correcting that I
yeah,
go, I don't really know how to fix this.
yeah, I
And I
totally
don't really
understand.
trust another trimmer to come out and be like, oh yeah, let's fuck your horse up again. Excuse my language. Shouldn't have said
Yeah,
that. But
no,
like,
totally understand.
I have no trust in the
Yep.
majority of trimmers out there anymore.
Yeah, and that's because the foundation that was laid in them was a lie.
Yep.
Okay? Jamie Jackson and his one dead wild horse foot model come along
Yep.
and deceived everyone.
Yep.
And besides that, there was a big hole in farriery to begin with,
Yeah.
because of how the knowledge was stolen from them by the first vet schools.
Yeah.
See, lots of false doctrines and false teachings introduced into farriery in the 1700s, and then the ancient guilds that were self-governing were taken over by the French government.
Yep.
And of course, everybody in England want to be like everybody in France. If you ever noticed that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so the elite, wanted to be like the French. It's like the Romans wanted to be like the Greeks,
Yep.
and like everybody wants to be on American Idol, and so bad stuff gets passed around.
Yep.
And so they don't know it, you know. Um uh but I'm hoping that someday they will.
Yep.
I didn't know
Well,
it
we can
either.
only cripple so many horses before we have to admit that, like, maybe what I'm doing is not the good that I think that I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, see that, and that's what happened to me.
Yep.
The horse kept telling me I was a liar.
Yep.
So sooner or later, maybe we'll start listening to the horses instead of continually making stuff up. Oh, it's their confirmation. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It's everything but what I was taught, because people don't want to, uh, what would you call it? Well, you don't want to doubt the
Yeah.
the authorities and the experts,
Yep.
because if they're wrong, well, then society tends to have a meltdown.
Yep.
you know, because if they were wrong about that, what else are they wrong
Yep.
about? you know?
Well, it's like the horse is always right.
Yeah, horse is always right. Horse
Always.
ain't gonna lie for you.
Nope. 100%
Yeah.
of the time,
Yep.
brutally honest, they will always tell you the truth. And that was when that trimmer was out. He kept trying to yank his legs back, and she was so frustrated. And it's like, oh, I just didn't have the courage at the time to be like, you know what, you can stop now and leave.
Yeah, they know.
They know if what
Um,
we're doing is good, and they know if what we're doing is absolutely wrong.
yeah. And you hear, like, all this time I've heard stories of horses that were easy to manage
Yep.
getting hard to manage when the
Yep.
farrier came,
Yep.
or the barefoot trimmer. See?
It's like you need to train the horse to be good with the trimmer. And it's like, wait a second. What if it's actually the trimmer that is the reason why that horse is
Exactly.
doing nothing more than trying to communicate that what they're doing is hurting them?
Yeah, because every time they come, then they're sore-footed, and
Yep.
they live on their feet.
Yep.
Yep,
No
for
hoof,
sure.
no horse.
Well, let's get together here next month,
Okay.
okay? And uh in that time, if you wouldn't mind just really scrubbing up these feet
Okay.
and taking a whole set of pictures,
Okay.
front and back,
Okay.
and then we'll go over all of them. We'll see where he's at exactly, because it really is important to scrub these feet down.
Okay.
Okay?
I can do that.
Okay. Well, hey, well, you have a great day, and
Thank
I
you,
know we'll be
Linda.
hearing more from you.
Yes,
And
I'm
if you
excited to see where we go from here.
absolute and if you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Awesome. Thank you so very much for your time. I so
Oh, you're
deeply
welcome.
appreciate it.
I've enjoyed it.
Same.
Okay, hon.
All right.
We'll
Have a
talk
good
to you
one.
later.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, well, that's the end of this hoof evaluation. And again, uh, I never charge anybody, um, because this is a mission. This turned into a mission, is what it turned into. So uh, if you can get with me, and if you want a hoof evaluation, I'd love to do it. Whoever I have time to do. All right. Well, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk at you later. Now, how do I get out of here? let's see here. Stop share.